What's going on, guys? Taking a look at Casper once again. It is May 3rd. We're looking at a daily chart. Not too much has been happening here in the markets. Just wanted to share a couple thoughts that I see here. A couple things I see on the chart this morning. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and consider doing so. A lot of the viewers not yet a part of the channel. So we're going to take a look at Casper. Before we do that, we're going to take a look at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Still sitting in fear, very close to extreme fear. You could see in the historical values, we've been at 27, 28, 27, and then we were neutral last month at a 48. So sentiment is still in the gutters. That is good if you're a contrarian. This is a good time to be purchasing different crypto assets if you believe that the markets are extremely oversold, which we do. Certain markets more oversold than others, of course, not financial advice. Let's take a look at Bitcoin real quick, see what's going on here. Really not much, basically sitting flat. Yesterday had basically an unchanged trading day. Let me show you that on the chart. So basically yesterday's candle right here on the 2nd of May, basically unchanged. Really not too much going on. Things are very quiet. So I just wanted to point out that this area, although not 100% perfect, so this area over in here is somewhat similar to this area over in here, basically about a year ago. And what did we see take place after a multi-month chopping sideways action is we saw a very nice move to the upside. So will that play out again? Time will tell. This has a very big topping pattern look to it. That is a pretty big concern of mine. Another concern of mine is if this thing doesn't get moving sooner or later, we will see a massive break to the downside back to that, back down to these lows, which is that $30,000 area. So an $8,000 haircut, give or take. If that doesn't hold, the next area is down in here at that $20,000 Bitcoin. And that would take a lot of the markets much lower. But on the positive side, we could be just waiting for something like this to play out, that next leg higher. So it's a waiting game. We're at an important area here. The longer this thing takes to get out of where it's at now, the odds start to favor it actually breaking lower. So the sooner this thing can actually move higher, if it does, the better. We are starting to see the 200-day moving average start to roll over. Not the greatest, but just keep your eye on Bitcoin. I don't pay too much attention to it, but it definitely pushes and pulls the other markets around. So keep your eye on it. If it breaks higher, that's good. If it breaks lower, not so good. Keep your eye for something like this to start to play out. That would be really good for the rest of the cryptos, including what we're looking at today, Casper. So what's going on here with Casper? So we're seeing these, basically some of these unchanged candles here. The last 2 days. Let me zoom in a bit. Basically trading up, trading down, basically closing unchanged for the day. Kind of similar like we got over in here on that bottom. And we're seeing similar price action like that. It has a look to it like the selling has dried up for now. So we have not bounced yet. We're still waiting for a bounce. Has yet to come, but it does look like the aggressive selling, at least for the short term, is somewhat dried up, somewhat over. So if we look over here, this has a similar look, not perfect though, where we had some of these unchanged candles after a large sell-off. And then what followed that, which is where I'm getting at with this video, is a massive move to the upside. So we could see some volatility here before getting a very large reaction move to the upside. That's kind of what I think and expect to play out here. But not too much is going on in the markets. They have been very, very quiet, but it does appear that the Casper selling has dried up for now. Now, it could chop sideways for a while and then take another leg down. If Bitcoin takes that next leg down, Casper will probably be pulled down with it. So that's that concern I have with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin does one of those big rallies up, and then I would expect Casper to move quite nicely to the upside, and perhaps we'll get a move like this for Casper, getting us back up into this area up here. So not too much has changed. Besides, it does look like the selling has dried up for now. Keep your eye on Bitcoin and have some patience here. Wouldn't be surprised to see if the bottom is in, because we have support 1. We have this whole area of support over here and here. And so far anyway, doesn't mean it's going to hold. We have a third time of support. Why the markets are not moving up from here is I don't know why. It seems a little bit odd. Usually when you get a very strong sell-off, you'll get a reaction move to the upside like we saw in here. So the concern I have with why the markets aren't moving higher is perhaps they are not yet done going down. So we had a strong sell-off here in Casper, had a reaction up, and then we got that next strong leg down before actually moving higher and creating a higher high. So that is a concern. So the sooner, like I said, Bitcoin can rally, the better for all of the markets. If that does not happen, the odds start to favor another move down for Casper, Bitcoin, and probably the rest of the markets. Time will tell. Who knows if that'll happen? If it does happen, you'll just get a much better price to accumulate Casper, Casper and other cryptos. All right, guys, gonna wrap it up here. Keep your eye on Bitcoin. Keep your eye on these levels where we're at now. We're at an important area. Looks like so far we found some support. Just waiting for that nice move back to the upside. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button if you have not yet done so, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care.